I'm muted. I'm a rookie at this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first episode of the Greg Sports Podcast. This is our second live stream, our first one diving into sports. Mainly today, we're going to be talking about NFL. We're going to be doing, we'll talk about the NFL. This is our first live podcast. I'm hoping to go an hour, hour and a half, maybe half an hour. We'll see. I just got home from college, did some homework. Let me just open these curtains so we can bring in some light in here. Let me do that real quick. So give me 1 second. Hold on. I'll bring some natural light in here. So on this sports podcast, we'll go for like an hour, hour and a half. We'll see how long I go. I do got to get ready for work at 2. So anyway, let's just make sure my lighting's all good. All right. So what we're going to talk about in this, God, I got to stop. I gotta figure out a better setup than this. We good? We all good? Yes, Greg Fontaine. That's my actual YouTube. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe. I would really appreciate it. So in this episode, I also lower my brightness too. We're gonna be talking about a lot of things happening in the NFL, a lot of rule changes coming. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about the NFL banning the hip tackle. My thoughts on that. We're gonna get my thoughts on that. The new NFL kickoff. I'm very excited about that. We'll dive in that. We're going to talk about some NFL free agency, maybe a little bit in the draft. We will have a mock draft on this channel, probably coming out Friday for you beautiful people. We're not just going to do, and not only will we do my mock draft 1 through 32, who I should pick, we'll go over all that. We're going to also do on this channel maybe a daily thing, maybe a weekly thing, probably 2 or 3 a week. We're going to probably do what each team should do in the draft, who I would target if I'm that team. You already know, big Dolphins fan. So we'll talk about each team, all 32, what they should do in the draft, trades, who they should pick, and all that good stuff. Also in this, we get free agency. We're also going to do our second chance March Madness bracket as the Sweet 16 will kick off tomorrow. So we got a jam-packed show. I'm ready to get into it. I just hope you're all ready to get in. Let me just take another swig of water. because I do a lot of talking and, the voice dries up a little bit. Let me take one more swing. All right. So, also with these live streams as well and these sports podcasts, we'll probably take a look at MLB opening day. That will happen tomorrow. Depends how much time we got. We'll get into that. With these podcasts, I'm going to also clip these, make these into videos. So that way, if you guys can't watch the live stream, you maybe just want to see a certain topic we cover, there'll be videos there for you. All right. No more BS. Let's cut that. Let's get into this. So, first thing on the itinerary, NFL has now banned the hit drop tackle. I think they mainly did that to help with the injuries. I mean, we've seen a lot of injuries, not mainly on that tackle, but like there was the reason of safety I seen come out. Let me be honest with you. I have not paid attention to the NFL as much. I've been following March Madness very, very heavily. So I haven't really paid much attention to the NFL. I saw they banned the hip tackle. My reason, I don't like the move of banning it because now what are the defenders supposed to do? How are the defenders supposed to stop? The NFL wants more scoring. I get that. We all want more scoring. Well, maybe the coaches should stop going for it on fourth down every time. There's a problem fixing scoring. But the hip drop tackle, I just feel like what do you want the defenders to do? I mean, they just lay a finger on the quarterback now, and now they get roughing the passer, and then there's some pass interference calls. Like, what do you want the defenders to do? I mean, we always look at these things and like, what are the defenders supposed to do? You just want the defender to stand there like this? I mean, what are they supposed to do? And on top of that, they're putting a 15-yard penalty on that? Are you kidding me with that? I mean, the calls that in the NFL are already bad as it is. Yeah, there's always some calls on a roughing a passer. Oh, that's not roughing the passer. Then they throw a flag for it. I mean, the referees, they're already old as whatnot. They're already old. I mean, the referees have so much on their plate now. You got calls that look like roughing the passer that aren't. They call it. Then there's roughing the passer that they don't call. Then you got holdings that the referees don't call. And then there's holdings that are BS. Pass interferences too. I mean, the referees already get so much BS coming their way. And now they got this on top of that. I don't know why it's a 15-yard penalty. I get it. It's for injury reasons. We got to protect the players. I understand that. But now you're putting more on the referees. Referees pretty much, some of the refs don't even know what pass interference is or holding or roughing the passer. I mean, you can just look at some calls this year in the NFL and you're like, what is that? Now you put this on top of that. Man, the NFL, I understand. They want scoring. I understand that. We all as fans love the scoring, but sometimes we like a defensive game. You know what I mean? And now you're putting this in the refs. I mean, bro, referees are already bad as they are in the NFL, and now you're adding this. I mean, we haven't seen it yet. We're gonna see what happens this year, but like it's already not off to a good start. I think a fine would have been better than a 15-yard penalty. You're putting more emphasis on the refs. I mean, NFL is already getting flack of it being rigged already, and now you give this. Now it's just a whole mess. It's a whole mess, and now our teams that we love, we're gonna get affected by it. We're gonna hate it. We're gonna have it happen to our team, and we're gonna be cheering for it when it happens because I know that's what's gonna happen to me. If someone makes a hip tackle on my Dolphins, I'm going to be cheering for it. I'll take the 15 yards. I mean, it's cheap. But when it happens to my Dolphins, when a Javon Holland player makes that type of tackle, I'm going to be ballistic, And J.J. Watt said it best, man. Just put him in flags already. I mean, the Pro Bowl is basically already flags. I mean, this is going to turn into flag football. I mean, what the hell is that? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of flag football. I mean, if the NFL goes to flag football, I mean, that's basically killing the product, But J.J. Watt said it best. Just put them in flags already. I mean, if we're just banning hip tackles, I mean, what's going to be banned next, man? I get it. NFL's got to do their job to pick up players with the concussions and all these injuries, and NFL is getting a bad look. So they have to kind of, do that to protect players, but. At the end of the day, man, what was I going to say? At the end of the day, man, it's just going to cause more chaos, I guess, and the NFL loves that, I suppose. I don't know why it's a 15-yard penalty. Again, I haven't followed much of this rule because I've been so much into March Madness. Let me see if I can pull anything up here, if I can find. No. I mean, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. I just feel like the defenders are kind of getting hoed here, you know? No, I can't find it. Nope, I can't find anything on it, man. We'll see what happens, man. You know, we'll see what happens, I guess you can say. Next thing we're going to talk about is the NFL has adopted a new kickoff, and I am all for this new kickoff, man. So let me pull up really quick here. Why does my computer always go like bright? Okay, so here we go. Nope, wrong one. There it is. So this is the new NFL kickoff rule. So on the blue line will be the receiving team. On the red line will be the team attacking the receiving team. Okay, this will be the kicker right here is where the kicker is. And then there's a landing zone, and then there's the end zone. So what the new rule basically is, you know, I guess you can say it's to protect the players, which it kind of is. I mean, this is a better way to protect the players. But anyway, so the kicker has to kick the ball. If the ball goes into the end zone, the ball goes to 35. Okay. If the ball doesn't reach the landing zone, the ball goes to the 40. Makes sense. Ball at the 20 if it hits the landing zone and the rolls into the end zone. So if it hits the landing zone but rolls its way into the end zone, the ball will go to the 20. And the receiver or the returner has to be in the landing zone. There's no more fair catching and whatnot. So here's why I'm a big fan of the rule. And let me show you. So that's the rule of the kickoff. I actually like it. But let me show you a video. This is the XFL kickoff. Let me show you the video real quick of the kickoff. So let me pull it up. XFL kickoff. Here it is. So this is the XFL kickoff. I'm going to put myself on mute, let you watch the clip, and then we'll talk about the rule.
Hunter Nicewander is back to kick it away. Keenan Reynolds for Seattle. That kick better go beyond the 20, and it does. To the 15, here's Reynolds. Up the middle of the field, out to the 31-yard line. Antoine Williams makes.
So that's kind of what you can expect with the new NFL kickoff, something like that. And let me tell you something. I'm all for this. I love it. Now, it's only a one-year trial. They're going to try this for 1 year. We'll see what happens. But I like this rule change. I really like this new kickoff. I mean, if you guys watch kickoffs in the NFL, half the time, the kickoffs go in the back of the end zone. Right? The kickoff, in my opinion, is the most dead play. I mean, granted, you'll get some kickoff returns like Devin Hester in the Super Bowl. You're not going to get that no more with this rule. I understand the kickoff is – Devin Hester made it electrifying. But the past few years in the NFL, the kickoff has been the worst play in the game. I mean, the ball usually goes in the back of the end zone half the time. Every time I watch an NFL game, they kick the game off. Ball in the back of the end zone after a touchdown. Ball in the back of the end zone. This rule change on the kickoff is really great, and I love how the XFL did it. I'm really excited to see what happens now in the NFL. And, of course, now with this kickoff strategy, it's going to cause more strategy for teams and coaches. I mean, this is going to be great, guys. If you're hating on this, I don't know why. This is going to make the kickoff more exciting. We're going to have to see how it works. I really enjoy how the XFL did. I will be watching the UFL now this upcoming weekend because their season's starting to kick off. I will be watching. Keep my eye on it, I guess. I'm not going to cover it on this channel. But I love how they've done it. And it really is. It's not only safer for players because let me pull it up again for you. Because the teams, right, one team's going to be here, one team is going to be here. And they're not going to be running at full force. I mean, we see it every time. Not every time in the NFL, but we've seen it where players run full speed. There's injuries on this and concussions happen. We don't want that. No player should want that. Now with this starting and this team running after this team and this team trying to block, I think it's going to be electrifying. I'm excited to see what my Dolphins do if they're losing and, maybe they Tyreek Hill returns one. I mean, we haven't seen many in the XFL. I believe there's like one or two I've seen of kickoff returns with this format, and I'm excited, man. It's going to bring a lot more strategy into the game, and everyone's overreacting. Well, if the ball 35, well, we were already pretty much starting at the 35 or the 25. I mean, just 10 more yards. The ball at the and the ball at the 40, if it doesn't reach the landing zone, I mean, this makes sense. Again, strategy. This all plays in the strategy. If the kicker puts the ball lower in the landing, not reaching the landing zone, they should get penalized. Ball at the 40, you're basically almost at midfield at that rate. Ball at the 35 if you go in the end zone. If you want to boom it at the back of the end zone, fine. Ball at the 35. I like it, and it removes the fair catch. I believe you cannot fair catch no more, and every time on kickoffs, it's either a touchback or fair catch. Now with this, no fair catching. Hopefully, no more kicking out of the back of the end zone. We're going to get more electrifying plays with this. I'm all for this rule. Now, yes, people are upset because a surprise onside kick is away. Let me tell you something. You're mad about an onside kick going away, a surprise onside kick going away. What are we doing here? I get it. The Saints in the Super Bowl did it, and they ended up winning the game. But you don't see surprise onside kicks anymore, guys. I mean, these coaches have no balls to do it. I mean, I every time I'm like, ooh, maybe we get a surprise onside kick here. No, they kick the ball back in the end zone. I don't care. This onside kick to me is dead. It's the worst play in sports outside of the regular kickoff. The onside kick is been dead. It's dead. It's been dead. I'm surprised the NFL, while we're on the subject. So now with this new kickoff rule, right, that coaches now have to be like, I want an onside kick, which is stupid. At this rate, if you're going to go with this, you should have removed the onside kick. The onside kick is the worst plays in sports. Hardly anybody recovers these onside kicks. They should have just implemented the 4th and 20 rule. The onside kick is dead. It's the worst play in sports. You want to disagree, you can disagree. The onside kick is dead. It's been dead. No one recovers them no more. They're not fun. Every time someone lines up for an onside kick, it's over. They're not going to recover it. Even if they do recover it, then it's electrifying. They should have just put the 4th and 20 rule. What are we doing here? Put that in. They should NFL. This is the good thing about the UFL now, not the XFL. The UFL is that they have tried things that have worked and they look fun. If the NFL just puts now that they took the kickoff from them, they should have just done the 4th and 20 rule. Kickers. I'm not really a valuable position. Sorry, Justin Tucker. Justin Tucker is a legend, but the kickers are just not valuable. Would you guys rather your game, your football game, your favorite team, the last play of the game, would you rather come down to an onside kick, or would you rather, if you have a Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow type quarterback, you want the ball in their hands to end the game? The onside kick is dead. It should have been dead. I don't know why the NFL, they took this rule. They're putting it in for a 1-year trial. We'll see how it works. I'm very excited for it, but they should have also put the 4th and 20 in for a year. What are we doing here? I'm not saying they should do what the UFL is going to do with their extra points. The 2-yard 1 point, the 5-yard 2 point, and then the 10-point 3 point. I'm not saying I'm not advocating for that. The onside kick and the kickoff have been boring for years. It's about time we try something new. This is much safer for the players, and it's going to I think it's going to revitalize the kickoff. Imagine Tyreek Hill takes one to the house with this. This is going to be fun. I'm very excited for this move. I'm very excited to see how the NFL does it. I just wish they would have tried the 4th and 20 rule too. We'll see what happens, man. I'm very, very, very much excited for this, and I hope you guys are too. And if you're unhappy about it, I would be open to this change. I think it's going to be a fun change. We'll see what happens. It's a year trial. We'll see what happens, man. Yeah, the reason why I'm pausing like that is because I'm making these videos. So I kind of got to leave myself, with a little pause. If you're probably wondering, watching this live, or maybe you're just watching it now, on why I'm pausing. I'm going to create these into little snippet videos so that people that maybe don't watch the live show, they can catch these small videos. So at the end of the day, man, these are just all my opinions. I'm very excited for the kickoff, man. I'm very, very much excited for it, man. I'm very much. All right. NFL free agency It seems like it has came and now has passed all eyes on the draft. We're going to talk about a little bit about these free agency signings, giving you my thoughts. We're going to go over the big ones. We're not going to go over every single one, just like the big ones. We're going to start with, obviously, the quarterbacks, because quarterbacks, valuable position here in the NFL. First quarterback to sign, Russell Wilson got released from the Broncos, and then he signs with the Steelers. Now, Russell Wilson get released from Broncos. Sean Payton, I saw an interview with him. He was basically like, yeah, Russell Wilson ain't the guy or something like that. I didn't watch the full interview, but I did see the clip. Or not the clip. I saw the comment on the clip. But yeah, it seemed like when Sean Payton got there, Russell Wilson, and the way the season has went, seemed like he was out. So Broncos, man, the Seahawks kind of fleeced the Broncos, if we're being honest. Broncos obviously going a new direction. Draft. Who are they going to draft? Penix, McCarthy, or are they going to roll it Stidham? We'll see what the Broncos do. But Russell Wilson goes to the Steelers, and at the time, Kenny Pickett was there. So, yeah, Russell Wilson more than likely going to be the starter now with Pickett gone. Pickett goes to the Eagles. More than likely, Kenny Pickett will be a backup. But when Russell Wilson signed with the Steelers, I was thinking it's going to be competition between Pickett and Wilson. They're going to, Steelers are going to find their guy. I figured once Wilson signed with the Steelers that Pickett was kind of going to be the backup anyway. But yeah, Wilson to the Steelers. I don't hate the move for the Steelers. Steelers kind of needed a quarterback. I mean, their quarterback play the last few years haven't been good. Kenny Pickett was actually their best quarterback this year. Mitchell Trubisky wasn't anything. Mason Rudolph was meh. Steelers got their quarterback, Russell Wilson, Pickens in that offense. We'll see what happens. And then, like we just said, Kenny Pickett to the Eagles. Guess there was some kind of conflict there with Pickett. Once Wilson signed, he was kind of upset about it. He goes to the Eagles. More than likely going to be a backup for them because I don't see Kenny Pickett starting over Jalen Hurts. Probably going to just be the backup for now. We'll see what happens there. And then the Steelers, speaking of the Steelers, they went out and traded for Justin Fields. This makes sense. If Russell Wilson don't work out, I don't know how long the deal is. I thought it was a 1 year. I think it's 3 year. If Russell Wilson don't work out for the Steelers, they now bring in Justin Fields, who I think is on his 5th year now. Can re-sign him, let him learn under Wilson, let him on the offense. The Steelers, man, they just know how to win, bro. I'm just saying. Mike Tomlin is a god. I don't know. That he took that Steelers team last year to the playoffs. It was mind-blowing. But now he brings in Russell Wilson. We'll see what they're going to do. Fields is going to learn under Wilson. And this trade between Chicago and Pittsburgh, Fields to Pittsburgh, signified that the Bears will be taking Caleb Williams, number 1 overall. RG3 had some comments. Maybe we'll go over them in another podcast, but RG3 was coming at the Bears, man. But yeah, Caleb Williams will now definitely be a Bear. So yeah, Justin Fields in the Steelers. We'll see what happens. He's probably going to be the backup. Steelers got a really good QB room. Mason Rudolph went to the Titans and Trubisky went to the Bills. Pickett to the Eagles. I think the Steelers really upgraded their QB position. So if you're a Steelers fan, you got a lot to look forward to. Hopefully Russell Wilson gets rid of those Broncos days, goes back to Seattle. Russell Wilson, we'll see, and then hopefully that pays off for the Steelers. AFC now is loaded everywhere at quarterbacks. AFC is going to be a really fun division. Speaking of quarterbacks, Kirk Cousins signs with the Atlanta Falcons. It was surprising that Minnesota didn't even franchise tag him or just let him go. If you're an Atlanta Falcons fan, you should be ecstatic. Kirk Cousins, yes, we have the primetime Kirk Cousins, but Kirk Cousins, if we're being real, is a top quarterback in the NFC now. He's not a top 10 quarterback. He's probably top 15, top 20, but Kirk Cousins is probably the best quarterback in the NFC right now. But he's coming off an Achilles injury. We'll see what happens there. But if you're a Falcons fan, you should be feeling really confident right now. I think the Falcons, with that Kirk Cousins signing, are the favorites to win the division. The Bucks, Baker Mayfield had a great year. We'll see what happens there. The Saints, can they rebound with Carr and the Panthers? Panthers are bad right now. Falcons should be the favorites to win that division after last year's collapse. Now, in this move by the Falcons, when they signed Kirk Cousins, was to signify that they're trying to win now. The Falcons are trying to win now. You bring in, how old is Kirk Cousins? In his 35, 36, 37, whatever. He's in his mid-30s, right? Falcons are trying to win now. They got Bijan, they got Pitts, they got London. They got the 8th overall pick now. What I think the Falcons should do with that pick, maybe go look at the online. Afanu out of Penn State. Joe Alt maybe will be there for the Falcons at 8. Maybe the Falcons go defense. We'll see what the Falcons do. That move is very exciting as an NFL fan. Putting Cousins in that offense with Pitts, London, and Bijan. Now the Falcons just have to execute. So if you're a Falcons fan, you should be ecstatic about that. What else we got? Marcus Mariota signed with the Commanders. Again, backup guy. Probably Mariota will start for the Commanders and let probably Drake May or Jaden Daniels, whoever they take at 2, maybe J.J. McCarthy. We'll see what the Commanders do. Mariota probably will start, and then the young guy will probably learn under him and then start. Jacoby Brissett, same thing with the Patriots. He'll probably start, and then they're going to probably draft a young guy. We'll see what the Patriots do. They'll probably draft a young guy, let him sit under Jacoby Brissett. So that's pretty much all the big quarterback moves. Guys, this is all coming from the top of my dome. So if I'm missing anything, comment down below. Derrick Henry signs with the Ravens. Oh my God. Have the Ravens just become like the favorites outside of the Chiefs? I think the Ravens are the favorites, maybe. The Chiefs. The Chiefs. Yeah, the Chiefs still favorites. They got Patrick Mahomes. But with this move, Derrick Henry, the power back. Woo-hoo-hoo. Derrick Henry. I mean, this is a good move. Derrick Henry's a perfect fit. He's like a glove in that offense. You got Lamar, the speedy guy, who's a quarterback, and Lamar is a great quarterback. Don't get me wrong. He's got a great running ability. He's got throwing. He proved it wrong. He proved it this year. But anyway, Lamar, Derrick Henry, that backfield, man, it's going to be dangerous. Derrick Henry is going to be a stud. It was a perfect fit. It was a match from day one as soon as the Titans decided that they're not going to bring him back. This is a fun move, man. The Ravens are going to be nasty next year. The Ravens will be nasty next year. So that's a great move by the Ravens there. Other running back news, Josh Jacobs goes to the Packers. Now, when Josh Jacobs went to the Packers, I initially thought him and Aaron Jones were going to be a beast. The Packers then decided to release Jones. Aaron Jones now signs with the Vikings, so Vikings getting help there. And Vikings need everything they can, right? They just signed Sam Darnold. The Vikings now have 2 first-round picks. They might trade up for a quarterback. Maybe J.J. McCarthy. Maybe they sit and wait. Maybe J.J. falls to them. Penix, whatever. But they got Sam Darnold. They need everything they can. Justin Jefferson having contract negotiation issues. They bring in Aaron Jones, nice. And the Packers bringing in Josh Jacobs is a nice pickup there, too. They still got A.J. Dillon. I mean, I don't know why they moved Aaron Jones. It made sense cap reasons. But, man, the Packers had a loaded room, but they had to move on from Aaron Jones. Other running back news, Austin Eckler to the Commanders. I was scratching my head. I'm like, Austin Eckler to the Commanders made sense. The Chargers are going in a different direction. Now Austin Eckler can go to Washington, be the lead back there. Antonio Gibson from the Commanders went to the Patriots. Patriots, I mean, they're trying, man. If you're a Patriot fan watching, I feel bad for you. The Patriots are kind of, right now, they're booty. They're booty, and they're not good. They were not going to be good. Maybe give them 2 to 3 years. The Patriots will be back, Patriot fans. I'm sorry. Sorry to disrespect you, but you're not good right now. You're not good. So Antonio Gibson there is probably just going to be a backup or whatnot. Any other run? Oh, DeAndre Swift to the Bears. I like that move. Really do. DeAndre Swift. It seemed like DeAndre Swift had a kind of a down year with the Eagles, and now he goes to Chicago. Now gets to play with a rookie quarterback in Caleb Williams, more than likely. And any other big running back sign I can think off the top of my head? Oh, Devin Singletary went to the Giants because Saquon Barkley went to the Eagles, and Giants fans were not happy about that. I can tell you that. But the Giants, let's be fair, they should have paid him if they wanted him. They clearly seemed like they didn't. Maybe they should have, franchise tag him, but I guess Saquon didn't want to play in the franchise tag. It made sense for Saquon. It's all business. It's all business, guys. If the Giants wanted him, they should have paid him like one. He was the best. No offense to any Giants fans, but he was the offense. Daniel Jones makes I feel bad. Daniel Jones makes $45 million. Didn't even play. He played 3 games last year. Daniel Jones is garbage right now. But the Giants, to be fair to Daniel Jones, Giants have gave him no weapons and no offensive line. Saquon was their offense, and now it's gonna be interesting to see Philadelphia. He's going to Philly now. Whew. I mean, I like that pickup if you are a Eagles fan. Saquon Barkley is the beast. Probably is going to take the load off Jalen Hurts now a little bit with his running ability. So should be a good. That's Saquon and Jalen Hurts. Obviously, it made sense for Devin Singletary to go to the Giants. Giants have a hole at running back. Devin Singletary had a really solid year, kind of underrated year down there in Houston. So we'll see what he can do at New York. Also, Joe Mixon got released from the Bengals. He's going to sign with the Texans. So, I mean, Joe Mixon has been, he had one great year with the Bengals, and then, ever since what's his name? I can't think of his name. That new coach from the Rams. God, I see Zach Taylor. Since Zach Taylor got there, I think that kind of revitalized Joe Mixon's career. But I guess Joe Mixon hasn't been really that good outside of maybe 2-3 years there. He's going to H-Town. I think a change of scenery is good for him. We'll see what he can do there with C.J. Stroud and them boys. That's a good pickup. Keenan Allen, we're moving over to the receivers position now. Keenan Allen got traded to the Bears, which, again, the Chargers are going in new directions. If you're a Chargers fan, yes, you can be upset about your players you're losing, your great players you're losing, but again, you guys are going in a different direction. New GM, new coach, Jim Harbaugh. And Keenan Allen to the Bears, I mean, him and DJ Moore, Caleb Williams, probably going to be in the mix. Keenan Allen was at Caleb Williams' pro day, so it seems like they're building chemistry there. We'll see how it works out for the Bears. They got two really good receivers now, a dynamic duo, Moore and Allen. That should be interesting there. Chargers also release Mike Williams, who will now sign with the Jets. So our Jets fans being ecstatic about this move, which is a good thing. You can be always ecstatic about your player, but Mike Williams, let's be real, has injury concerns. He hasn't played healthy. He hasn't been healthy all of his career, but we'll see what happens with the Jets. Mike Williams, don't get me wrong, he's a beast. He just can't stay on the field. We'll see what happens there. Any other? Calvin Ridley to the Titans. I saw Patriot fans were really wanting him. I also saw, now that the Jaguars didn't have to give up like a second-round pick to get Calvin Ridley, I thought he was going right back to the Jaguars. Instead, he's going back. He's going to go to the Tennessee Titans, the Jaguars rival there. Should be interesting. Will Levis, DeAndre has two weapons down, and DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley. I mean, Calvin Ridley, I feel like he's been mid, right? I mean, outside of his 2 games against the Titans, which beastly. I mean, I feel like Calvin Ridley didn't do much this year. Is that just me? And he's getting paid a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. That's good for Calvin Ridley. We'll see what he does with Tennessee. Should be interesting there. As long as he's I'm not going to make the joke. But, he should be fine in Tennessee. We'll see what happens. I think Titans right now are kind of mediocre right now, but they're at least trying because they went out and they traded for L'Jarius Sneed a couple days ago. Yeah, L'Jarius Sneed is now a Titan. And I saw rumors out there that the Dolphins were interested, like Lions were interested. But I think the Chiefs didn't want to trade him to a contender. So he kind of the Chiefs traded him to the Titans. Now it should be interesting. L'Jarius Sneed is probably one of the top corners in football. I'm surprised that the Chiefs traded him. I get it. He was franchise tagged. I guess they didn't want to pay him. I'm assuming L'Jarius Sneed and Trent McDuffie last year were a beastly dynamic duo. We'll see what happens with him in Tennessee. He's going to be a cornerstone on that defense. Let's see. Any other free agency moves? Let me look up some free agency moves here. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Oh, David Bakhtiari got released by the Packers. Made sense. Cap issues there with Green Bay. Wasn't really healthy last couple years. Teron Armstead got released from the Cowboys. I believe he signed with the Jets. Could be wrong about that one. But again, Teron Armstead hurt. Can't stay in the field. These are just power rankings. Where is NFL free agency? Let's go to ESPN. I know they're pretty much. Oh, Jameis Winston. He signed with the Browns. More likely going to be a backup. I just saw that popped up. But yeah, that should be a good move there. My Dolphins released Xavier Howard. Sucked, man. He was basically like a cap casualty. It should be interesting to see where he can go. I wish him the best of luck. One of the best Dolphins players on that defense. That got released. Also, speaking of my Miami Dolphins, I just thought of a bunch of free agents that left us. Christian Wilkins signs with the Raiders. I mean, that's going to be dangerous. If you're a Raiders fan, get pumped. I love Christian Wilkins. He's the beast. Him along Max Crosby, that's going to be dangerous. And Patrick Mahomes better watch out. Christian Wilkins, have you guys seen what he's been doing to Josh Allen? Patrick Mahomes, get ready because what Christian Wilkins was doing to Josh Allen, he's now going to do to Patty Mahomes. And with Max Crosby there, Raiders, you got to be excited about that pickup. Another Dolphin player that left, Brandon Jones, the safety. He goes to Denver. I mean, I love Brandon Jones. He was kind of mid, if I'm being honest. He didn't really do much this past year, ever since Vic Fangio got here. Should be a good pickup for Denver there. And then Andrew Van Ginkel, my guy. I love me Andrew Van Ginkel. I was sad that he's going to get paid 2 years, $10 million, and that the Dolphins wouldn't even offer that. It's going to be sucking to see Andrew Van Ginkel leaving the Miami Dolphins, but he should be a good pickup for the Vikings, and he should be doing pretty good there. Hold on one second. All right, we're back. Yeah, so Andrew Van Ginkel, it sucks losing him on the Dolphins, but he should be a good pickup there for Minnesota. I just saw this one come across. Tony Pollard signs with the Titans. Made sense. Titans needed a placement there for Derrick Henry. Again, the Titans helping Will Levis. Tennessee helping Will Levis out there with the Tony Pollard. Cowboys lose one. I don't know what the Cowboys are doing. Cowboys have been very quiet in free agency. They did sign Eric Kendricks, a linebacker from the Chargers. They needed one. Alander Van Esch has retired. Sucks to see what his career has been. I thought he was a beast, but it just sucks to see, man. All those injuries start to add up. So wish Leighton Van Der Esch the best in his retirement. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about this one. Panthers traded for Deontay Johnson, and they traded away Kevin Jackson. No, who was their cornerback? Dante Jackson to the Steelers. I mean, Dante Johnson has kind of been, honestly, he's kind of been mid. You know, he's still a beast receiver. Should be fun. It should be fun to see him and Bryce Young in there in Carolina. Chargers signed Kristen Fulton. This came across I'm on ESPN's website. I mean, Kristen Fulton's been kind of, you never heard of him. He was like a second-round draft pick for the Titans. Maybe a new change of scenery there can help him. I'm just trying to see. Josh Dobbs signed with the Niners. Again, this is just a backup quarterback move. Maybe Shanahan revitalizes. I personally would have loved to see Josh Dobbs in the UFL this upcoming season, but, you know, it is what it is. Josh Dobbs ain't a bad quarterback. He ain't a bad quarterback. He's a solid quarterback. We'll see what Shanahan does. I mean, Shanahan turned Brock Purdy into a stud. We'll see what he does we'll see what happens with him if they need to go to Josh Dobbs. Devontae Foreman signed with the Browns. Huge pickup for the Browns. Nick Chubb will probably be back around the start of the season. Adding Devontae Foreman into that mix fills that Kareem Hunt role, because I believe Kareem Hunt's a free agent that hasn't signed. Back Jerry Jeudy. How could I forget this one? Got traded to the Browns for a pack of peanuts and a pack of chips. Should be interesting to see what him and Cooper could do. Jerry Jeudy in Denver the last few years, you haven't seen him. He's been kind of average. We'll see what he does in the Browns. Hopefully Deshaun Watson and Kevin Stefanski can get his career revitalized there. But I don't get me wrong. I've been saying average. I mean, you just don't have it. When I say he hasn't been average, you know, you haven't heard his name. You haven't seen his highlights. You know, you never see him make a big play. You know, it seemed like when Russell Wilson got there, he was doomed. Like, Russell Wilson wasn't given the ball as much. Injuries have hurt him, but we'll see what he does in Cleveland. It's a new step forward. I'm excited to see that. Chase Young signing with the Saints. That's a big pickup for the Saints. I think the Saints right now are in this weird spot, man. I thought the Saints could win that division last year. They choked. Derek Carr he was not good last year for the Saints. We'll see what happens this year with him. But adding Chase Young to that defense, that's going to be a big help for the Saints there. And then there's rumors going around that my Dolphins are trying to sign Odell. We'll see what happens with that. Speaking of my Dolphins, we signed Jordan Brooks, a middle linebacker from Seattle. Seattle fans, let me know more about Jordan Brooks, because I think this is a great pickup. I've seen some positive things and some negative things about Jordan Brooks, but I like the signing there for my Dolphins about Jordan Brooks. We also signed center Aaron Brewer. Titans fans hate him, I guess. Dolphins fans love him. They already think great things of him. Well, Titans fans, are my Dolphin fans lying to me? Are you Titans fans right? We'll see. Comment down below. I've been seeing positive and negative things about him. Aaron Brewer. Trent Brown goes to the Bengals. Makes sense there. Bengals need help at the O-line still. Jonah Williams, I believe, signed with the Cardinals. I could be wrong there. Raiders signed Gardner Minshew. You know, it's going to be interesting to see what the Raiders do. Are they going to roll out with Aiden O'Connell? and have Minshew as the backup, or are they going to try to trade up? It's going to be a fun draft, man. We'll see what the Raiders do there. But I don't hate the pickup. Gardner Minshew played really solid for the Colts last year. We'll see what happens out there in Vegas and trying to see anymore. And Danielle Hunter got released from the Vikings. He signs with the Texans. That's a good pickup for that Texans defense. That Texans defense is going to be nasty. Alexander Madison signs with the Raiders. Alexander Madison, let me tell you, he was mid last year for the Vikings. Should be a solid pickup there. Maybe for the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders need to fill that Josh Jacobs role. We'll see what happens with Alexander Madison. Jonnu Smith got released from Falcons, signed with my Dolphins. That was a really solid pickup. I like that move a lot for the Dolphins. I think Jonnu Smith's going to be a beast. He was Arthur Smith's go-to guy down there in A-Town. We'll see what he can do with my Dolphins. Speaking of which, we signed Jordan Poyer. I don't like this move. The Dolphins have not that many safety options because Deshaun Elliott signed with the Steelers. We only had Javon Holland under contract. We signed Jordan Poyer, who's 34. And he's cheap. I like that, but 34, we only have two safeties on the roster, him and Holland right now. Dolphins need to do something at safety. They got to either draft someone young and develop. And Javon Holland's he's on a contract here, bro. Dolphins have some issues on that defense right now with safeties. We need Dolphins. We got to find some safeties, bro, because we have one under contract for this. We have two of them, two safeties, Poyer and Holland. Holland's on a contract here. Poyer is 34 on a 2-year deal. I like to pick up a Poyer, but Dolphins need some depth there. Let's see what else we got. Eric Armstead got released from the 49ers. That's kind of a big blow there for that 49ers defense. KJ Osborne signed with the Patriots. KJ Osborne kind of mid. We'll see what he does with the Patriots. Patriots released Devontae Parker. I try to warn Patriot fans. I try to warn them. They didn't listen to me. I try to warn them, bro. They were hyping him up. Tyler Huntley, he went to the Browns. So the Browns quarterback room, man, it is loaded. It is loaded with Watson, who has injury, or he was injured last year. They brought in Winston. Now they bring in Huntley. Joe Flacco, I thought they would re-sign him. He goes to the Colts. That's not a bad pickup. I mean, that's a good pickup for the Colts. Joe Flacco, 39. Richardson's very young. Flacco's probably going to sit behind him, help the young guy in Anthony Richardson. Jerome Baker, who my Dolphins released, going to Seattle to fill that Jordan Brooks role. Jimmy G got released by the Raiders. Made sense. They benched him. He's going to Rams to sit under Matthew Stafford. Should be an interesting pickup there. We'll see what happens. Marquise Hollywood Brown went to the Chiefs, so the Chiefs keep reloading. I believe they released Mardez Dowling-Scantling. I believe he got released. But you have Mahomes, you have Hollywood Brown, you have Rashid Rice, you have Kelsey. Chiefs, man, that's a good pickup. That's a really good pickup. How can I forget this one? Brian Burns got traded to the Giants. And I tried telling Panthers fans, like, you either re-sign him or you franchise tag him. Or here's the thing. I was trying to tell Panthers fans, you either franchise tag him and get something for him, or you just let him walk and get nothing. Or you could have re-signed him. Now, the Panthers are kind of rebuilding. They are rebuilding right now. They franchise tag him and they trade him. Made sense. You got assets for him. Not that much, but you got some assets. Brian Burns, the Panthers are rebuilding. Guy, if you're a Panthers fan, I understand you're upset and you're frustrated, but you guys are a rebuilding team. You want to pay Brian Burns all that money to just be there, or you rather trade him and get him out of here? Seems like he didn't want to be there anyway. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Panthers fans, let me know. But I think like the Panthers, they let Chin go. I believe Chin signed with the Commanders. I could be wrong about that. But Chin's also gone. The Panthers are in rebuild mode. You had to trade him. You had to get something for him, or you just let him walk. Panthers did the right thing there. It sucks for you Panthers fans. I feel your pain. All your good players have gone. TJ Moore now got traded last year. Chin. Burns now gone to the Panthers. It made very much sense. Jordan Fuller, I'm just seeing this one for the first time. He's signing with the Panthers. Not a bad pickup there. Michael Gallup got released from the Cowboys. Cowboys are in cap trouble there. DJ, is that DJ right there? I don't know. I can't read. I'm just going off NFL. I'm just looking at the free agency thing. Cameron Curl to the Rams. Not a bad pickup there for the Rams. Devin White signs a 1-year deal with the Eagles. Devin White is a beast, man. He's a great addition for Tampa Bay when they drafted him. The Eagles need a linebackers. They add one in Devin White. Should be a big pickup there. Sam Howell, after 1 year starting, gets traded to Seattle. It made sense because I think Drew Lock was a free agent and maybe he signed somewhere. No, Geno, was it? No, it was Tyrod Taylor signed with the Jets to back up Aaron Rodgers. We'll see how that works up. But yeah, Sam Howell going to go sit under Geno. Maybe Sam Howell is the answer when Geno, maybe calls it a day. Curtis Samuel signs with the Bills. Should not be a bad pickup there. And DJ Reader, he signed with the Lions? No. Yeah, it looks like he signed with the Lions. Well, I could be wrong. Kendall Fuller signed with my Dolphins to be the Xavier Howard replacement. We'll see what happens with Kendall Fuller. Should not be a bad signing there. Joey Bosa restructures a deal to stay with the Chargers. Did Khalil Mack get released or traded? I don't know about that one. But I did see Joey Bosa restructure his contract. Any other big ones? Nope. That's all the free agency moves. My thoughts on them kind of thing. We'll see what happens for these guys. Some of these guys get in the bag. Some of these guys just looking to play, like looking to hang on around like Joe Flacco. Signing a 1-year deal. All these pickups should be some of them are mid, some of them are average, some of them are great signings like Derrick Henry. We'll see what happens, man. At the end of the day, free agency is whatever to me. I mean, you could sign like all the top free agents and still go 0-15. You know what I mean? But we'll see what happens there. Some of these signings are really solid for your teams, and we'll see what happens, man. It should be a fun NFL season this upcoming year, and should be a fun draft, man. So yeah, let me know down below. What are you guys' thoughts on some of your free agents? Maybe your team signed a great signing and you're very excited about it. Drop me down below. Drop it down below. Let me know how you feel. Tell me why I'm wrong, maybe. Maybe you sign a player that I think was a mid signing. Maybe I signed a player that was average or I thought was average to your team. Let me know down below. Comment down below why I'm wrong. All right. All right. We've been covering March Madness on our channel pretty much all 4 days. We did our Sweet 16 predictions on Sunday. I've now taken the time to sleep over some of the games or whatnot, the previews, seen some other people's previews. Now we're going to give you my thoughts about these upcoming games, my actual predictions now about these games. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be doing our second chance bracket here on the channel. We're going to be doing our second chance bracket, and maybe we get a chance to get this perfect. So, starting off, we got UConn taking on San Diego State. Let me take a swig of water real quick. Feels so good. I've been talking for so long. Anyway, so UConn, San Diego State. My stance has not changed. UConn's going to mop the floor with San Diego State. Illinois taking on Iowa State. This is going to be a great matchup. Terrence Shannon Jr. has been killing it for Illinois. Iowa State, they got a good defense. Illinois has got a good offense. This should be a fun matchup. It sucks that this is the last game of the day. And by the way, NCAA, why is the West region starting earlier than the East region when the West region's out in LA? They get the 7 o'clock first game tip, and the East Coast get the late games. That makes no sense whatsoever. But anyway, with that being said, I like Illinois to beat Iowa State. I think if Iowa State can win this game, they got to control Terrence Shannon Jr., but I'm going with Iowa. So kind of like in my bracket prediction video, we had UConn, Illinois. I'm going to stick to that. That should be a fun matchup there. North Carolina taking on Alabama. This is, I believe, the first game or second game. Yes, second game of the night in LA. This is going to be a fun matchup. Alabama is an offensive team, but they show that they can defend there. I think Amano Baycott and RJ Davis is going to be too much for that Alabama defense. North Carolina is going to beat Alabama there. Now, if Marcus Sears and that Alabama offense can get going and it can make a few stops in North Carolina. Alabama's got a shot at winning, but I just don't see it. I think North Carolina's going to be too much for Alabama. And then we get Clemson and Arizona. I'm going Arizona there because I think Clemson kind of, I wouldn't say they got lucky. I'm just not high on Clemson, really. I mean, PJ Hall, we said it on Sunday. He is the best player on Clemson. If Clemson wants to win, he's got to stay out of foul trouble. That's the only shot Clemson has. He's had 4 fouls the past 2 games. I think he fouled out in the Baylor game. He's got to be the best player, man. He's got to take over the game and whatnot. But I still think Arizona's the better team. I think Arizona will knock off Clemson there. We move to the other side of the bracket. Houston and Duke. I'm going to go with an upset here. I'm going to take Duke. I like Houston. I like their coach. But, Houston kind of was up 12, and they choked that lead at Texas A&M. They're doing it for their teammate who, God rest his soul, passed away last year, number 32, I believe. I don't know his name, sadly, but rest in peace to him. And I like the story that Houston's pushing with him, but I'm going Duke. I gotta pick an upset. I'm rooting for Houston. I think this also could be Houston's year, but I'm going with Duke. I mean, Kyle Filipowski, Kyle. I don't want to make fun of him because that was a serious incident, but he's a beast. That other guy, Procher, Max Mitchell, McLean. Duke's a beast. Houston is a defensive team, though. If they can lock down Duke, they should be fine. But their offense has been, in the months prior, their offense has been kind of shaky. But I'm going to go Duke for that one. NC State, our only double-digit seed left in the tournament, and Marquette, who I've been saying the most overrated team in college basketball. Man, it looks like I'm going to be an idiot when this is said and done. But, I'm rooting for NC State. I'm rooting for DJ Burns. I love their story. I love to see the Cinderella story continue. But I'm going with Marquette. Marquette is kind of showing me that I'm an idiot when it comes to this college basketball. I've been saying they're an overrated basketball team. I've predicted them to go out early. Guess what? Marquette's still here. They're going to go to the Elite 8 there. So we got Marquette going on there. And then we're going to go to the Midwest. I told you on Sunday, I like Gonzaga to beat Purdue. Now that I have slept on it, and I thought about it, Graham Ike, he gets in the foul trouble, I hear, a lot. So if Zach Edey gets him in foul trouble, Gonzaga's kind of maybe in trouble. Gonzaga, I feel like, kind of also had an easy path here, but so did Purdue. But, Gonzaga's, we said it in months prior, Gonzaga was not even going to be in this tournament. They somehow ended up with a 5th seed. Respect to them. Gonzaga. I feel like this could be their year. I feel like this could be Gonzaga's year, but I'm changing my mind. We're going to go Purdue. I said Gonzaga was going to win Sunday. I changed my mind. Purdue is going to win now. I like Purdue. I like their revenge tour story. I'm just changing Gonzaga. I'm just going to go against Gonzaga here. I mean, Graham Ike, I hear, gets in foul trouble, like I said. And Gonzaga has been kind of average throughout the entire year. We'll see what happens with Purdue. I think they can pull the upset, but for this video, we're going to go Purdue. Creighton and Tennessee. Dalton Nutt had a bad shooting night against Texas. He's going to have to step up for Tennessee. Creighton has got the 3-headed monster, Baylor Scheilmeyer, I probably butchered that, Trey Alexander, and Ryan Cockburn, I believe his name is. And Creighton has gotten so close. They've made the Sweet 16 3 out of the last 4 years. They've been to the Elite 8 last year. They get Tennessee, but it's going to be too much. I think Tennessee is going to control the 3-headed monster. I like Tennessee a lot. I think Tennessee can win the whole damn thing. Sorry, I need a sip of water there. I think Tennessee can win the whole damn thing. I think Tennessee they're going to break through this year. They're going to get to the Elite 8, and we're going to I think this is Tennessee's year to break through, but I wouldn't be surprised if Creighton wins that game either. So, in our Elite 8, UConn, Illinois, North Carolina, Arizona, Purdue, Tennessee, Duke, Marquette. So we have 1 seed losing. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if all 4 1 seeds made it. But yeah, so yeah, we'll go with that. We're going to take UConn over Illinois. I'm going to be honest, Terrence Shannon Jr. is hot, but UConn is just a different animal right now. I think UConn is unbeatable right now. The way they're playing ball, Dan Hurley telling his team to keep blowing out these teams. They're just confident right now. They should be confident. They're number one for a reason. Dan Hurley said the committee made it hard on them, and they took that with anger or something like that. And they are going to roll. They're going to get to the Final Four. They're going to be going to Arizona. Over here, North Carolina, Arizona. I'm going with Arizona to win that game. I feel like they're going to be motivated. Caleb Love's going to be motivated to beat his own team. I think Arizona wants to go. Arizona wants to go be playing at home. They would be 1 win away from going to play at home. They're going to find a way to do it. Baycock, I love him. RJ Davis, I love him. But I think Arizona is going to pull. I think Arizona is going to pull it off. They're going to get there. They're going to get to the Final Four. This is their breakthrough year. I think they do it. We go over Duke and Marquette. What a matchup this would be. Tyler Kolak and them boys, Caleb Pulaski and them boys. But surprisingly, chat, you got to think, Greg, you don't know ball. You've been calling this team overrated, and now you got them going to the Final Four. Yeah, that's right. I got Marquette going to the Final Four. Yeah, Marquette to the Final Four. I think after seeing Shaka Smart's interview and Tyler Kolak's interview, these boys are hungry. They want it. They're going to do it. They're going to beat Duke, and they're going to find a way to control Max Mitchell, Kyle Pulaski, Jordan Poirier, and all of them boys from Duke. They're going to go to the Final Four and make me look like an idiot. And Marquette fans, please chirp at me. I would love it because that would make me happy, because I've been saying you guys are the most overrated team in the college basketball, and now you guys are going to go to the Final Four. Purdue, Tennessee, I'm going Purdue. I think Purdue is on their revenge tour against Utah State. They couldn't be beat, man. Now, I do think Tennessee, like I just said, they can win the whole damn thing. I just think Zach Edey and them boys are going to be too much to handle. I think Purdue's on that revenge tour. Like I've been saying, Purdue's got to finish their story. And Tennessee, I just said they can win the whole damn thing. But for this video, I'm going Purdue to get to the Final Four and complete their revenge story. All right. So now we got UConn, Zona, Marquette, Purdue. Like I said, I'm going UConn and Purdue in the finals, like in my predictions video. To start, UConn is unstoppable. I think Arizona is going to be motivated in that game to want to go to the national title, win the national title in their home state in Glendale. But UConn's just unstoppable. I don't see it. I like Purdue and Zach Edey to get to the national title. I'm rooting for Purdue to win it, man. Purdue needs to finish their story. They need to do their revenge tour arc. So, like I said, Purdue, revenge tour, trying to win the natty, but they ain't. UConn is going to win the national title, just like I had in my prediction video. UConn, man, they're just so unstoppable, guys. Nobody has been able to stop them. I don't think even Zach Edey could stop UConn right now. But yeah, I got UConn in my second chance bracket. What do you guys got in your second chance bracket? What are you guys' thoughts on my brackets? Let me know down below. All right, I think the final thing we're going to talk about is MLB not MLB the show. MLB opening day starts tomorrow, so let me go to the schedule. Here we go. All right. Well, you guys have looked at your calendars. It is starting to become spring. The flowers are coming out. The beautiful sunlight is coming out. Maybe you're in a cold state or city. It's the weather's starting to get better. And you know what else is coming, guys? Baseball season. Baseball season is coming. It is here. I'm looking forward to the baseball season, as I always do on opening day. Seemingly, baseball always at this time of year gets kind of slept on because we got the NFL draft coming up in April. You still got the NBA, NHL season going on, and then the playoffs happen, and baseball just kind of falls behind. So I figured I always look forward to opening day, and I'm going to preview some of these matchups. So let's present some of these opening matchups. I will try to watch as many as I can, but I figured why not talk about a little baseball because it's coming up, and NBA, NHL, and their season's kind of running down. I got nothing to talk about in those sports really right now until the playoffs happen. But let's talk a little baseball. So the day starts off with the Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Mets. We'll see there. I think both teams are Brewers. I think are going to be an average team. The Mets are kind of rebuilding. We'll see what happens there. Angels in Baltimore. Mike Trout to Baltimore. I don't understand MLB. Like Baltimore's a cold weather city. You figured you having them open up next week when the weather starts to get better. I don't know. I don't know what the weather is like in Baltimore. Baltimore's going to kind of be motivated after that tragedy. God, I hope everyone's okay down there in Baltimore. I saw what happened on the news. It's tragic. I think Baltimore is going to have that on their shoulder kind of thing. The Angels might try. I think the Orioles might win that game. I think it's going to be a fun opening day matchup. I like the Orioles to win that and win it for Baltimore in that sense. Phillies and Braves. This is a heated rivalry. Braves have knocked out the Phillies have knocked out the Braves the past 2 years in the NLDS. Should be a little fun one there. Who's on the mound for these games? We got Freddie Peralta for the Brewers and Jose Quintana for the Mets. Oh, love! I think the Brewers win. Patrick Sandoval, Corbin Burns. Yeah, still like the Brewers. Spencer Strider, Zach Wheeler. I'm going with the Braves to win that one. Detroit White Sox. I mean, this is a battle of mid. I think both teams are going to be bad this year. I think the White Sox will at least be back. Maybe the Tigers can wake up and show something. They got the Twins, Royals. I think the Royals, they're on the up and up. They got a nice talented roster. Bobby Witt. They got Hunter Renfroe. They added some nice solid pitching there. They're pitching Cole Ragans and Pablo Lopez. I like the Twins. I think the Twins are the favorites to win that division, even though they have lost some pieces. Man, that should be a fun matchup too. I love Bobby Witt. Bobby Witt is a beast, man. I love him. We got the Yankees taking on the Asterix. I hope the Asterix win. I'm a Boston Red Sox fan / Miami Marlins fan / whatever player. I hate the Yankees. I do like Aaron Judge though. I saw Aaron Judge play one time. That's a whole different story for another video, but we'll see how Juan Soto does. They got Nestor Cortez because Garrett Cole sadly got an injury. He's going to be out for 1 to 2 months. Houston's pitching Framber. I hope Houston wins. This is going to be another fun one. I like the Marlins. I like the Pirates. O'Neal Cruz, hopefully he's back. They got Pirates are a young, fun team to watch. The Marlins are also a young, fun team to watch. Jesus, my guy, Jesus is pitching for the Marlins. I love the Marlins. I love their uniform. I like their colors. Apparently, good thing the Marlins opening up. If you're a Marlins fan going to the game, bring your trumpets and whatnot. I want to hear it. I want to hear that. I'm looking for the atmosphere. Giants and Padres, Logan Webb, Yu Darvish. That's going to be a fun matchup at 4 o'clock. Padres looking to rebound after their I'd say bad year. Giants are trying to NL West is going to be fun this year. You got Giants starting to make move. Padres are still there. Dodgers, they're loaded. And then you got the Diamondbacks who just made the World Series. So that should be fun there. Then speaking of the Dodgers, they're taking on the Cardinals. The Cardinals, I think, are bad. They're bad, but the Cardinals aren't. I think they're going to be bad, but they also got Paul Goldschmidt and Owen Arenado. They should be fine. After last year, man, I just can't see it with the Cardinals. The Dodgers are loaded. I'm not going to speak on the Shohei Ohtani gambling situation. I do not know anything about the situation. And something with sports, unless I don't have all the facts, and I haven't been following the Shohei Ohtani thing. I saw this statement the other day. I mean, it sucks to hear what's happening with Shohei. I love Shohei. Sucks that he signed with the Dodgers. I hate the Dodgers too, but I don't want to see bad things happen to players. I don't wish anything bad on players, but it sucks to hear what's going on. Again, I don't know if it's true or not. We'll see what happens. It's all up in the hands of court. Maybe we'll cover it when it comes out, but I like the Dodgers to win there. Blue Jays, Rays, fun matchup. Vladdy Jr., Bo Bichette. The Blue Jays are a fun up-and-coming team. You got the Rays in their opening day 13-0 last year. They're April, they're March. Awesome team. Everyone's dogging on the Rays this year. I have been dogging on the Rays. I love Randy Rosen right now. I love the Rays players and roster. I love how they got it all set up. I think the Blue Jays will beat them on opening day kind of thing. Nationals, Reds. I will be probably watching this game. The Reds LED LaCruz, all them fun young up and coming players. I'm buying in the Reds. I think the Reds will win the NL Central. I'm buying in on the LA hype. We got the World Series defending champs taking on the Cubs, the Rangers at home. This game's on ESPN, so maybe you guys want to check it out. I will probably check it out, maybe. I like the Rangers to win. Cubs did sign Cody Bellinger back. Should be an interesting matchup there. I'm going with the Rangers, though. The World Series champs are going to win at home. No one, unless you're a Guardians fan, please don't watch this game. The Guardians taking on the A's. The A's are, I feel bad for their fan base, man. I feel bad for their fan base. Oakland deserves better. They're losing their team. Their owner is a piece of you-know-what. I think the Guardians should blow them out of the water. But last year, the A's, everyone was saying that. They somehow beat the Angels on day one. Crazy, I know. But their roster this year is terrible. Their fans deserve better. Their players deserve better. This owner needs to get out. Oakland should keep their team. Vegas can get an expansion team. That's my thoughts on that, man fraud. Guardians win. My Red Sox will be taking on the Seattle Mariners. I love the Mariners. Julio, I love him. I love some of the moves they made. They traded for Jorge Polanco and a bunch of other moves there. Mariners still should be. They're going to be a fun team. Don't know how far they can go. Red Sox. Everyone's dogging the Red Sox too. I do love me some Devers, but the Red Sox. Let's be real. I started a fan club yesterday saying they're a AAA ball club, and that's kind of what they are. All their players are. You don't know anyone on the Red Sox. Maybe got a few players. But I think the Red Sox, hopefully they win that game, get me to buy in on the Red Sox. And then Diamondbacks, Rockies. Rockies are I feel bad for Rockies fans. Imagine being in the NL West. You get the Dodgers, you get the Padres and what they do. Now the Giants, now the Diamondbacks. Oh, sucks to be a Rockies fan, but I think they might win, pull an upset there. But it's Zach Gallen, the A's, Diamondbacks ace. So yeah, I like the Diamondbacks there, man. So yeah, that's kind of the opening day preview, kind of some of my thoughts on these teams and how they'll progress for the year. Kind of want to talk a little baseball here on the channel. I do like baseball. Opening day is kind of a fun day for me. And we'll see, man. I'm excited for the baseball upcoming year. Let me know down below. What team you got winning your what's your favorite baseball team? Who you got winning what division? Let me know down below. Let me know your favorite player. Let me know down below your favorite baseball player. And that, yeah, man, I'm excited. Let's go. Opening day tomorrow or today, whenever I upload this video. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have been live for an hour. We have been live for an hour and 7 minutes. Also, comment down below, guys. What should I do with my setup? Do you want me to face? I have a wall here. I don't know if I should put my my setup here, my computer, like on the. I have a little table. I don't know if I should move it to where I face the wall and you can see into my closet, because my closet doors they're broken. I haven't got them fixed yet. I should probably get them fixed. But you can see in like my closet, you'll see like my dresser there. Or do you guys like the setup behind me where the curtains are open? But if I move my head, it brings like a big glare in. Let me know, comment down below what you guys think I should do with my setup. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll probably cut those and upload them tomorrow, or I'll do it later tonight and upload them. But yeah, that's the first episode of the sports podcast, man. I mean, there's kind of nothing to talk about. Outside of those two things, I figured, let me talk about that. I didn't have anything else planned outside of the kickoff rule and the hip tackle ban and doing a second chance bracket. Kind of threw some baseball and some NFL free agency in there because the NHL and the NBA, there's really nothing to talk about until the playoffs, guys. College football, I can't really talk about. College basketball, we talked about. Soccer, could have talked about the USA win, but I completely forgot about it because I'm going to get out of here. USA did beat Mexico 2-0. We'll probably talk about soccer and the Olympics coming up around June. Copa America, Euros. We're going to cover all that shit. We're going to cover it. We're going to find a way. I'm not going to preview every freaking matchup. I'll probably predict the group stage and do a group stage review. You want me to predict? It's going to be fun, man. I'm looking forward to the summer. And Yeah, we'll see, man. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you guys enjoy this first episode of the Sports Podcast. We might do episode 2 next week. It depends how much news is out there, what to talk about. Like I said, on Friday, I'm gonna plan on doing a mock draft video. Round 1 through 32. I think Fridays is going to be my mock draft day because that's when I'm home from school. We'll do weekly mock drafts. We'll do one tomorrow for this week. We'll do one next week. We'll do one the following week. We'll do one the following week after that. And then on Wednesday night, I'll film my final mock draft, upload that Thursday. We'll be live Thursday for the draft. We'll be live Friday for the draft. We might do videos, daily videos, and try to pump out 32 teams, what they should do for their draft. If I was a GM, what I would do for that team, the mock draft. So that's probably going to be coming out. We'll see. I might put one up on Saturday. We'll see, man. Also, the March Madness review. I might do them. I might just preview after the lead date. I don't know, man. A lot of stuff, man. March Madness has been crazy, but yeah, we're gonna have a lot of content on this channel. So I'm gonna go. Have a great day, y'all. Or have a great night, whatever you're watching this. Hit like, hit subscribe, because when you guys hit like and subscribe, you guys motivate me to keep doing this. And I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm really looking forward to this. This is gonna be fun, man. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Quit BSing, y'all. See ya. Peace. I'm out.